Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about how the ending of episode 4 of The Ones Who Live sets up a potential season 2. Let's get into it. Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about episode 4 just because it was my favorite episode, but it's my favorite episode of the whole, everything Walking Dead. I just have to go ahead and say that. I think Denai did a fabulous job. If you've watched any of my videos covering episode 4, you know how I feel about it. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. But we're 4 episodes in with 2 episodes left. And, the first 2 episodes, they were kind of catching up with where our characters have been. And then the next 2 episodes were setting up things so we would know what it was like where they are and what they're dealing with. And then finally, in episode 4, they really do get away, and Michonne and Rick are in the truck. They're on their way home. The helicopter was blown up, so all evidence that they were ever there is gone, and CRM should think that they are dead. But we know that's not going to happen because we know that Jadis is going to come for them, and it's going to be in the next episode. So we're going to have a whole nother episode where really nothing is really addressed, really about the CRM and the main problem that Rick and Michonne have, because even if they get back home and Jadis doesn't send the helicopters to destroy Alexandria, I really believe it's part of the 500-year plan that was talked about to take out all these other settlements, especially ones that have A's. That way there can't be an uprising. But so anyway, in the next episode, if we have Rick and Michonne and they're facing off against Jadis, and say Jadis does die, we kind of think she is, that sets up in the finale that there's the problem of the file that Jadis left. So in the final episode, I really think that Rick will go back to the CRM. I think they'll send Michonne ahead to warn Alexandria that as a failsafe, just in case Rick can't get the mission, can't get this finished. Now, this doesn't mean that Rick and Michonne aren't, together as like a team. They're just going to realize they have to split up to try to do this to keep everyone safe. But we still don't address the CRM as a whole. We don't address Bill. Terry O'Quinn has had very little scenes, and he's too big of an actor just to be in what little bit we've seen, and maybe some in the finale. So if Rick doesn't take out Bill, which I don't think will happen in the final episode, there's still a lot of story to tell. So I think it does set up a second season. I mean, the show does do a lot of time jumps. Well, the whole universe, when you really think about it, because Fear does time jumps in. But I don't think they would do that. I hope they don't do that, because that would not feel as rewarding to the viewers, We want to see how this story with Rick and Michonne in the CRM, we want to see how they take the CRM down, because they've taken so much from our characters. We want to be able to be a part of that, to go along for that ride. And there's just not enough time with what we have left in season 1 to see that. So I think they're definitely they're setting up a season 2. I mean, the only way that right now that I could see this ending without a season 2 is if both Rick and Michonne died at the end of the finale, which that's not going to happen. But it would be an end to Rick's story. It would be an end to Michonne's story, because they would be dead. But no one would ever know that Michonne found Rick. No one, the viewers would know, but none of the other characters would know that Michonne found Rick, what Rick had been through, and that would just be kind of dumb. That would be really stupid. So yeah, I do think that Rick is definitely going to go back to the CRM. Like I said, and Michonne's going to go back to Alexandria, and I think I think he may try to take out Major General Bill, but I don't think that's going to happen. At least not not in this season. But I think he's going to try to. I think Rick may try to get the file that Jadis left, and maybe he'll get found out, and then that'll set up something with Major General Bill. Or it's even possible that Rick just continues to advance and get higher up in the CRM. And I could see that happening for season 2, and then maybe Rick would get the plan that they are going to start taking out some of these smaller settlements. That way, they can make sure that they're not going to have Ace coming into their ranks, because I really think that's what the 500-year plan is. They haven't told us that, and I think we could probably find that out in episode 5. I think probably as Jadis is dying, she's going to kind of spill the beans about the plans of the part of the 500-year plan. If it's the same thing as the echelon briefing, and talk about how they plan on taking out all these smaller settlements. You know, just like we saw them do with Nat's group, they could do it with the larger group that Nat's in. Maybe Rick sees something like that as he's moving up, but he still, he still has to be undercover. You know, there's also the potential, we have like Padre, the Commonwealth, which I don't think they're going to, I think the Commonwealth is probably be one of the ways that they fight back against the CRM. I know it's a much smaller military, but it would be, I think they could potentially set up a CRM versus the Commonwealth, because they both have soldiers. And, that would also give kind of like Michonne a chance to rally the troops and bring all of our people that we love, from the Walking Dead universe back together. Because there is talk about like this major kind of, like MCU type crossover moment. But I think that would be like a ways down the line. I think it'd probably be like after Dead City season 2 and 3 and Daryl Dixon season 2 and 3. It also makes sense that The Ones Who Live would get a second and third season. Nothing's been announced yet, but it's the most successful of the spinoffs, and it has the highest production cost of the spinoffs. So it only makes sense that they were going to do 2 and 3, just like seasons 2 and 3, just like the other spinoffs have been planned. And I really like the spinoffs because it gives us more time with kind of key characters kind of on their own story, and we get to know those characters a little bit better instead of trying to fit like all those characters into one season or one episode. There's just, The Walking Dead has so many characters that in order for them to all get, a really good story, you have to kind of do it as a spinoff now. Going back to Michonne, I think it could be really neat to see Michonne get back to Alexandria at the end of episode 6 of this, and maybe when she gets there, everyone's gone except for like a few people, because Alexandria is an outpost, and say she comes across Aaron and Gracie, and then Aaron's able to kind of fill her in, and that everyone's at the Commonwealth, kind of give her like a little bit of a rundown, and then we see Michonne, maybe we see Michonne leaving, going to Commonwealth, and we've all been theorizing over who this character could be that's supposed to come back from, where Gimple said that a Walking Dead character would be in the series. What if it's Aaron, and we just kind of see Michonne getting back to Alexandria and Aaron telling Michonne, or maybe we don't even get like the voice, we just see him welcoming her through the gates of Alexandria. That would be really neat to me too. Or maybe, like as he's welcoming her in, we get this super killer voiceover of Michonne talking about how she made it there and she found the brave men and she can't wait to see her kids. That would be so fulfilling too for the fans. I know I would enjoy that, knowing that we're going to get more of the story, that we're going to get at least a season 2. I mean, I really do think at this point there's just too much story to tell, and we're going to get at least a season 2, probably a season 3, just like the other shows have planned. And that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on it. That is just really where I see things going with what little bit of screen time we have left. That's what I think. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know your opinion on all of this. Like, where do you see the show going with 2 episodes left? And do you think that there's too much story to tell? So much more story to tell, I should say, that we're going to need another season or 2? And about the time jump. How do you feel about a time jump? If they were to use a time jump to kind of tell the rest of this story in two episodes. I don't like that idea, but let me know what you think. Give the video a like. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. Fill my comments up. I love to read what you think. I love to read your theories, and you guys have been so nice to me in the comments. So yeah, it's even if you disagree, you guys have been really nice in the comments, and I look forward to reading them. Well, that's all I have in this video. If you enjoyed the content and you want to see more, you can click the box on the left, and that will take you to my The Ones Who Live playlist. Or you can sub, that way you don't miss any future content. Or you can click the box on the right, and that will take you to a recent upload. And guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.